Some of the key areas where DOs could expand the scope of practice. One is low vision. There is a massive unmet demand for low vision services in the UK. All DOs have low vision, the basics of low vision as a core competence, and they could all get involved. Those that are particularly interested in doing it on a more full-time basis could obviously study our honours qualification. But I think there's opportunities out there subject to commissioning, etc., and whether we're adequately rewarded. There are opportunities for both practitioners and practices. And also, the ability to provide those kind of services in the community. I hope refraction is something that DOs can move into. With the pressure on ophthalmology, I fully expect optometrists to be moving into secondary care. Whether or not they expand into independent prescribing, I don't know. I think they should. And that will leave a vacuum behind them. And I think one of the ways of filling that vacuum is in commercial practice for DOs to refract, particularly contact lens opticians, and free up some time for optometrists to do what they're best at. Ophthalmology is changing quite dramatically. I hear that ophthalmologists spend a lot of their time now doing Lucentis injections, and they are looking for help with a lot of the ancillary work that goes alongside it. And that may provide opportunities both for optometrists and dispensing opticians to move into those kind of roles. There are issues. As I understand it, most IP qualified optoms are in Scotland, and that's because they seem to have solved the problem of the clinical placement. So there are plenty of people partway through the course who've done the theory but need the practical help, and we need to overcome that so that those people can get their training under the supervision of a medic. I think once they are qualified, then the world will change. It's the same with DOs and refraction. A hard course started it off and blazed a trail, but there was nobody following, and that's because the support wasn't there from other professionals where it was required. We did have a judgment from the GOC in a fitness to practice case, which concerned a member of ABDO's who did the delegated functions refraction course in the 1990s. A member who's continued to refract under the supervision of an optometrist who signed off his prescriptions. And the GOC agreed that, or the panel of the GOC agreed, that that the registrant was entitled to refract. We've not actually had that said before. There was some doubt that even people who'd done the delegated function course in the past, actually, because the course had finished, they couldn't practice. So that ruling appears to say that they can practice legally. There are only a few dozen practitioners qualified in refraction delegated functions. So, if we're going to resurrect it, we do need to increase the cohort of people practicing in that way. But the course is already there, the syllabus is already planned and designed, because we're already training people abroad. It would be fairly straightforward for us to put that course to the GOC to get approval, and it would be very cost effective for us to start that off. And there certainly seems at our conference last year, we did a workshop on refraction that was vastly oversubscribed, and there's certainly a lot of interest out there, particularly from contact lens opticians. Who knows what the new commissioning structure will give? I think you've got to be ready to take the opportunities as they arrive. So people who are looking to expand, I think the opportunities are there for the taking at the moment.